Imagine walking through your city at night. Neon lights flicker, people rush by, and suddenly you notice something strange. The man beside you doesn't blink because his eye isn't human. It's a lens of polished steel. The woman on the bench types with hands that are more machine than flesh. What would you feel? Fear, fascination, or perhaps a whisper of envy? We live in a world where science fiction is no longer fiction. The question is no longer if cyborgs will exist. It's how far we will let them evolve. And maybe, without realizing it, the transformation has already begun. Cyborgs are not of the future. They are already here. Think about it. Every pacemaker keeping a heart alive. Every cochlear implant restoring the gift of sound. Every prosthetic limb turning tragedy into triumph. These are not just medical devices. They are living examples of how technology is already merging with our biology. Look closely, and you'll see that technology has quietly entered our flesh, our nerves, even our senses. For some, these implants are miracles, proof of human compassion and innovation. But let's not fool ourselves. Each step toward restoring the human body also opens the door to enhancing it. When does healing become upgrading? When does repairing become reinventing? What once seemed like pure science fiction is now everyday medicine. And here is the unsettling truth. Medicine has always been the testing ground for the future. What begins as therapy can become enhancement. What begins as survival can become evolution. Perhaps the first cyborgs aren't soldiers or machines from movies. They are patients who unknowingly became the pioneers of a new species. Evolution once followed the slow rhythm of nature, mutations, survival, adaptation. But now, we are no longer waiting for chance. Humans are taking evolution into their own hands. With every microchip, every neural implant, every artificial limb, we are designing upgrades that nature never intended. Think about it. Natural evolution takes thousands of years to create tiny changes in our bodies. But with technology, we can leap forward in a single generation. A child born today could live with enhanced memory, boosted vision, or even artificial intelligence integrated into their mind. That's not adaptation, that's engineering. So here's the dilemma. Is this the birth of a new species, Homo cyborgensis, crafted by our own ambition? Or is it a betrayal of the very process that made us who we are? If survival of the fittest defined the past, will survival of the upgraded define the future? One thing is certain. Evolution is no longer just biological, it's technological. You might believe cyborgs belong to the future, something distant, hidden in science fiction. But open your eyes, they are already here. Athletes sprint with carbon fiber legs, faster than ever imagined. Soldiers wear robotic exoskeletons, carrying weights no human body could endure. Office workers put on neural headsets to focus longer, think sharper, work harder. Everywhere you look, people are quietly merging with technology. Some wear it proudly, others hide it beneath their clothes. Yet the truth remains. The line between repairing the body and enhancing it has already blurred. And here's the unsettling thought. These early adopters are not the exception. They are the prototype. The rest of us may follow sooner than we think. So the question is not whether cyborgs are coming. The question is, are you ready to live in a world where they walk right beside you? We once thought the difference between human and machine was clear. Flesh versus metal, emotion versus logic, life versus code. But now, that border grows thinner every day. A bionic arm doesn't just replace lost strength, it can be stronger than any muscle. A neural implant doesn't just restore memory, it can make memory sharper than ever. So here's the dilemma. At what point do we stop being human? If half of your body is synthetic, are you still the same person? If your thoughts run through circuits as much as neurons, are they still your thoughts? Perhaps humanity is not defined by what we are made of, but by what we choose to become. Still, the question haunts us. When the body is rewired, when the mind is upgraded, what remains of the soul? Is the human essence unbreakable? Or is it just another code waiting to be rewritten? The border between human and machine is no longer sharp. It is dissolving. A prosthetic once replaced what was lost, but now it surpasses what nature gave. A neural implant no longer just repairs damaged memory. It enhances it, makes it sharper, faster, more efficient. So where do we draw the line? If a man has an artificial heart, legs of carbon fiber, and a brain wired to a processor, is he still the same man? Or something entirely new? The human body is being rewritten, piece by piece, like software constantly updated. But here's the haunting question. When the body becomes code, does the soul follow? Can emotions, love, or pain be digitized? Or do they vanish once flesh yields to steel? Maybe humanity is not lost in this merger, but transformed. Yet the transformation itself forces us to ask, will the essence of being human survive, or will it melt away into data? The line between human and machine is no longer clear. Every upgrade, every enhancement makes us wonder, are we still ourselves, or just prototypes of something greater? We dreamed of perfection, yet perfection feels cold. We built technology to free us, yet now it binds us tighter than ever. But maybe the question is not whether we lose our humanity. Maybe the real question is, can we create a future where humanity and technology coexist, not as rivals, but as partners? If we fail, we become prisoners of our own creations. If we succeed, we may finally discover what it truly means to be human. They say progress comes with a cost, but what if the cost is us? I walk through streets filled with hybrids, flesh and code, memory and algorithm. We created machines to serve, then to think, then to feel, until one day, the reflection in their eyes looked almost the same as ours. Where does humanity end, and where does technology begin? Is it freedom, or a cage made of wires too subtle to notice? Is it evolution or extinction dressed in neon lights? Each step forward brings power, speed, precision. But each step also takes away hesitation, fragility, imperfection, the very things that gave life meaning. And if the line can no longer be drawn, if we become both the sculptor and the sculpture, then the question remains, do we still matter, or are we just echoes in a machine? They say memory is just data stored in fragile cells. But is that really true? A machine can replay every moment, every laugh, every word, every detail. But when I try to recall, my memories are not perfect. They are messy, blurred, colored by emotion, by fear, by love. If we copy them into circuits, do they remain mine, or do they become something else? A reflection without warmth, a story without the heartbeat behind it. And if one day I forget, truly forget, will the archive still be me, or just a hollow shadow that looks familiar but feels empty? We chase immortality in wires and servers, but maybe what makes us human is not remembering everything. It's forgetting, it's pain, it's the fragile cracks in memory that shape who we are. Because in the end, a flawless copy might survive, but the soul could already be gone. We wanted to escape death, to live forever, untouched by time. So we digitized ourselves. Memories, thoughts, entire lives compressed into streams of data. But when I look at these fragments, I wonder, are they me, or just echoes stitched together? If every memory can be copied, is there still something unique left inside? Or have we already dissolved into a perfect archive? Flawless, eternal but soulless? I see faces that are mine, yet not me. Voices that sound real, yet lack the warmth of being. Perhaps immortality does not mean survival. Perhaps it means erasure. And in this silence, one question remains. When we become data, do we keep our soul or lose it forever? In the darkness, where memories fade and bodies dissolve, something small remains, a spark. Not code, not muscle, not even memory can explain it. It is like a fragile light, stubbornly burning in the vast emptiness. I look at it and wonder, could this be the soul? And if so, is this spark enough to bring back meaning? In a world that turns people into copies and shadows, this tiny light feels like the only truth. It whispers that even when machines replicate our thoughts and data preserves our past, there is still something unmeasurable, untouchable, alive. But the question lingers. Will it survive or vanish just like everything else? For so long, we saw the divide as unbridgeable. Humans on one side, machines on the other. We feared what would be lost. We resisted what could not be stopped. But maybe evolution was never about erasing. Maybe it was about merging. I walk among cyborgs now, and I see not monsters, but reflections. Every implant is still guided by a beating heart. Every machine part is still powered by a human dream. Perhaps our destiny is not to choose between flesh and metal, but to find harmony in their union. If fragility gave us compassion, and technology gave us strength, then together they can give us a future where we are not divided but whole. Not the end of humanity, not the rise of machines, but something new, born of both. In the end, I stand before a reflection, a hologram of my own cybernetic body. I see the machine, yet I also see myself. But the question remains, what truly makes us human? Is it the heart that beats, or the mind that remembers? Is it the spark of consciousness, or the fragile bond we share with others? We are moving toward a future where the line between human and machine fades. Perhaps we will not remain as we are. But maybe humanity is not a form, but a choice. So I leave this question to you. What do you believe makes us human? Because the answer is not written in code. It is written in us. His is not just a story we've told. It's a reflection of choices we may soon face. The line between human and machine grows thinner every day. But the question remains, what makes us truly human? Is it our memories, our emotions, or the spark of consciousness that no code can replicate? I invite you to share your thoughts. Do you believe harmony with machines will elevate us, or will it erase what makes us unique? Let your voice be heard. Write your answer in the comments. And if this journey made you stop and think, please support this project, like the video, subscribe, and help me reach the first 1,000 subscribers. Together, we can build a community where these questions matter, because the future is not written yet. And maybe, just maybe, it begins with us.